Hi friends, it's Aubrey. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 4 of my favorite crock-pot soups. Let's get cooking. This first recipe is cilantro chicken soup. Here are all of the ingredients, and I will be using my Instant Pot slow cook function. You'll first add in 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of diced tomatoes, and 2 to 3 cloves of minced garlic. Next, I'm going to add in 1 large chicken breast, and then I will add in some onion and cilantro. I just blended these up in my little Ninja food processor. I'll have it linked down below for you. I love my small food processor. It saves me so much time in the kitchen. The next ingredient you'll add in is 1 cup of water. I like using my food processor to get the water in to make sure I'm not missing any of those ingredients. Then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of corn, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 bay leaf, a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, about a teaspoon of salt. You can do this to your taste, more or less. Sometimes I undersalt mine, so at the table everybody can put it to their salt preference. And then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Same thing with the pepper, do it to your taste. Give this a good stir to make sure all of the ingredients are well incorporated. And then we will put our Instant Pot lid on with the knob facing the venting portion. That way the slow cooker function will work properly, and we will go ahead and cook this on high for 5 to 6 hours or low for 7 to 8 hours. Once it has completed cooking, you will pull the chicken out and put it in a separate bowl to shred it up before putting that back into the soup. After you add the shredded chicken back in, you can just go ahead and stir that to combine all of this together. And then the soup is ready to serve. You can serve it with chips. You can add sour cream, cheese, guacamole, all sorts of things to this. It's a really versatile soup, and it also freezes really well. So if you want to make a big pot of it, pop it into the freezer and pull it out later. That's totally an option. And it was so good. Let me know if you try this one out. Chicken and wild rice soup is one of my absolute favorites. So you'll add 1.5 pounds of chicken, a 1/2 cup of some wild rice blend, a 1/2 cup of long grain white rice, 2 ribs of celery diced, 1 small onion, and 2 to 3 carrots diced finely. And you'll pop that into the crock pot. Next, you will add in 2 bay leaves, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 3 cloves of minced garlic. Next, you'll add in 6 cups of chicken broth. I use the bouillon base and water, so that is what is mixed up here. And then you'll add in 2 cups of water. You'll give this a good stir to make sure all of the spices and ingredients are incorporated with one another. And then you'll go ahead and add the lid on, and you'll cook it on high for about 5 to 6 hours or low for 7 to 8 hours. Once that has cooked, you'll pull the chicken out, shred it, and pop it back into the soup. You'll give this a good stir, and then we'll add in the next ingredients to make it extra creamy. You'll add in 2 cups of milk with 4 tablespoons of cornstarch mixed into a slurry. And then I like to stir this really well to incorporate it, and then I let it sit for an additional 20 to 30 minutes to let it thicken, and then we just served it up with some nice bread. The next soup recipe I will show you is beef and barley soup. Here are all of the ingredients, and I'll be using my Instant Pot slow cooker function for this recipe. I'll add in 1 pound of stew meat already chopped up. This one was on clearance. Yay for saving money. We'll salt and pepper this to taste. And I also added a little bit of oil to the bottom of my Instant Pot, and we're just going to brown the meat. You can definitely do this on the stove beforehand, or you can do it in your Instant Pot like I am. I'm adding in about a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder as well, just to give the meat a little bit more seasoning. Once the meat has browned on all sides, I'll turn the Instant Pot off of the saute function and add in the other ingredients. We're going to do 1 small onion and about a 1/2 cup of chopped carrots. We're going to get that going in there and just stirring it around. Since the Instant Pot's still a little warm, we'll go ahead and get the onion and carrot heated through a little bit, and then we'll add in 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, a bay leaf, and 3 cloves of minced garlic. Next, we're going to add in 4 cups of beef broth. I'm just using a broth-based powder and some water here. And then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of pearled barley, about a teaspoon of tomato paste, and then about a tablespoon or so of Worcestershire sauce. The recipe does call for 2 teaspoons, but I like a little bit extra. And then we'll add in 2 celery ribs chopped and 2 to 3 medium-sized potatoes chopped as well. And then we're going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can do this more or less to your taste. And then about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Again, more or less to your taste. We're going to give this a good stir, and then we'll go ahead and put our Instant Pot lid on, making sure that it is on venting so that the slow cooker function will work properly. And we'll cook this on high for 5 to 6 hours or low for 7 to 8 hours. Once it is done cooking, you are ready to serve it up. We had it with some nice bread and a side salad. It was so delicious. I love this soup. We don't make it that often because beef is so expensive, but if you see beef on sale, you definitely need to try this one out. Now we're on to the last slow cooker soup recipe I'll be showing in this video, and it is one of my favorites, chili. We're gonna add in a 1/2 pound of ground beef. I already had some that was pre-cooked. Then we're going to add in 2 cans of pinto beans. I actually made these in a recent video. I'll go ahead and have that linked here for you. These were super tasty and really easy to make. Now we're going to add in 1 can of diced tomatoes and 2 cups of tomato sauce. I used 2 8-ounce cans for this. Next, we're going to add in 1 small onion diced and then 1 cup of water. Next, we're going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of cumin, a tablespoon of chili powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. After those spices, we'll add in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. You can do more or less to your taste. We'll give this a nice stir to make sure that everything is well combined together. And then we'll go ahead and cook this on low for 5 to 6 hours. You can also do it on high for 3 to 4 since everything is already cooked in the soup. I love this recipe because you can add in additional veggies. You can switch the types of beans. I typically like to add black beans in mine. I just didn't have any today, but it turned out so good. We had it with a little bit of cheese and chips. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy. I do have a few other videos that feature soups, so I'll be sure to have those linked in the description box for you if you're looking for any more soup ideas for this fall and winter. If you did like this video, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. New videos every single Sunday, and I hope you have the best rest of your day. Bye!